gutting it out through a tough series. This could be huge here, Alan, and it all ends here on Ancient.
Yeah, I think even in terms of like emotional investment into this series so far, the number of situations that must have been absolutely heart-wrenching to lose, as well as absolute ecstasy, particularly I guess in overtime in Vertigo to get it over the line. So I feel like the Sprout guys, they've given a lot so far during Pro League. Of course, hasn't materialized into any series wins just yet. But we're hoping here on the broadcast, to be honest, that they can change that. All in on the Sprouts, and I'm sure you're in the same boat, Mike. Hopefully they can do it.
Yeah, why not? I've liked what I've seen from them, right? They've gutted it out through some really tough rounds, and it'd be cool to see them walk away without a completely winless run. They've already got 2 maps. One off of the Outsiders. One in this series. But a series win is a whole different beast. And this is going to be a take onto a very vacant A site. A stack for ENCE has not gone well. They're going for a full retake setup over here, but Spinx is already going to start the party. Shooting long range, and now he's gotten forward as well. They realize someone's already tucked into this corner. They're certainly going to be wary of it. Trying to set up, trying to position themselves, and Spinx come through. Oh, the fight in a donut does not go their way, and holding the line, neither will Marix. It's all falling apart here, and ENCE looking clean and clinical here. One more player to put down, and they will suffer no issues doing so.
Looking good. I was a little bit nervous when there was no kit in play about how the retake would develop, but getting the frags thick and fast. 2 for Dihar, looking good. Now Sprout, you got a bomb plant. Do you want to reinvest behind it? Galil on Stir. I think I know which way they're going. Investment is coming out. And we know how potent these second round buys can be on T-side with that bomb plant. Let's see what they choose to go for.
And here's one of the harsh realities of Ancient, right? Is if you can't convert rounds off of these first few, it's so hard to make inroads as a T-side. Tons of utility dump by ENCE to prevent the fast B play, and in fairness, Sprout were potentially postured for it, so perhaps a very good read here. And, well, they've only got this presence outside of B main. Nobody else remains! Because Raz was the only player who wasn't here, and he's dead.
It's a tough time for Rouse anyway, because he dropped the AK onto Spiddy, and nobody even had the cash to give him an upgraded pistol. So he literally had a Glock, no nades. Tries to at least add a bit of presence on towards mid, but not a great deal achieved there. Flash is lined up, and I think Snappy could be in a lot of trouble here. He's not going to hear this flash as it comes over.
There's a player right on him, right? Madden's with him. Now they're going to chew through him. Playing anti-flash. Madden is the sacrificial lamb, so it's all going to be on the Snappy now. He's got support behind him. But Spinx is going to try and make the roads, and it'll work out. So just the 2 SMGs lost. That was a really interesting setup. I don't know that I've ever seen teams play that particular play with 2 players just stuffed into the corner. It's a new look for me.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea, especially on those sort of rounds. It's so common to give B because you know your opponents have so many nades. And I didn't quite catch it, but I'm guessing the player right in the corner was anti-flash, which would make it even better. So
yeah, he was.
Yeah, I imagine they would be. But it was a good idea, and clearly paid massive dividends. There was no breaking that setup when Sprout went in.
This one looks like it's going to be relatively straightforward. Just a question of how many Dihar can stack. Flashbangs out. Only one. Okay, this gets interesting now. There's still presence in towards mid as well. Rawls is going to try and make something happen here late around the elbow. And that bomb's been planted. It's already a success in this round as far as they're concerned. Money made. Take that to the bank and see how much damage Slacks can do with this one Deagle. They found the gun. I'd say there's even an argument for Spiddy just bailing here, but the chance of winning the round, he's going to try for it. That probably won't happen, but Slacks might just battle back through. Oh, snappy punish. Trying to retrieve that rifle. And Slacks wants to make the hero play. That's a bit too much of an ask. A defuse on here. Still bomb plant, 2 kills. That is not bad at all for a round with no investment.
Nothing to scoff at, that's for sure. And as you said, the bomb plant as well, that'll make this investment so strong here from Sprout. They can get the AWP in play if they so desire, and indeed they will. So, first full investment here from Sprout. We know that Ancient is a map they played a lot of, So presumably they've got a lot of different options they can bring out on the T side, and it'd be great for them to pick one of their higher percentage rounds here early on to get something on the board.
Lots of utility in towards the elbow. Mid control firmly in the grasp of ENCE. And this is why they want to go for a little bit of the window peek. No one's home, though. Information gained. Now they can rally and set up towards A. If they so choose. We did say them play them retake in the pistol, but now there's slightly more potent guns out on the field. We'll boost up for Spitty. Oh, was that a panic hop for Diha? Kind of gives up his life. Now a chance to do further damage. This is going to get messy indeed. Lots of players in, but a Molotov to make life uncomfortable. And Hades is going to have to reposition. Just going to have to talk. This kill in towards Donut is huge. Marix has it now. The site is wide open. They've still got a lurker coming through. It all falls apart. They get through that round clean.
Matter of seconds. Found every frag. Maybe ENCE. The crossfires potentially weren't there on A. Sprout doing a lot of work towards the end. And as you mentioned, a clean round nonetheless. Important. Players alive, money in the bank, scave off the chances of the resets that we have seen many a time throughout this series. And we're looking at ENCE and saying, now you're the ones with no cash. You're the ones with barely any loss bonus built up. Could be a big swing here if Sprout win this round.
That A-side hold was just so awkward. And so they're going to go back to it. Why not? You detected the weakness. See if you can't strike it again. This time, though, Diha is a little bit more prepared. Playing for the back of sight. He will be caught out here. He's still going to get a second kill. Blinded or no. So good damage done for Diha, but can his teammates follow it up is the question. And Spitty's taking the space. They've got a player caught in Donut. That's the kill on Madden, getting cheeky in the window. Again, presence spread around the map. This could go against some Spitty and Snappy. It's the better of whom? It's Spitty! Somehow with the turn. Looked like he was going to be shot in the back. Pirouette. Oof. Uh-oh. Opener in towards mid. Gun found here. The bomb's still down. 45 seconds. The bomb is way back outside of A main. And site's been lost, at least over towards B. Stairs got this control, and this could get weird. They don't expect him here, but Spinx, how is he wary? How is he prepared? This round should just be over now.
Oh, what a collapse towards the end. And that was such a bizarre round. There were 3 players for Sprout, 1 in A, 1 in mid, 1 in B. So spread out for a lot of the round. And somehow the ENCE players, it was like ships in the night. They're just completely dodging each other. And ultimately, a pure matter of timing. And as soon as that one player slips in towards mid, drops the bomb and the player, it becomes so difficult. And another round where Sprout going to ask themselves, maybe our mid rounding has let us down. 4-1 for ENCE. They decided we've got to go fast mid here. We've got to up the ante. But the early frag goes the way of Hades. Surely a second one soon to follow. There is a trade, but an early deficit in the hands of Sprout.
Spinx waiting. Spinx ready. Us fighting Jaguar as well might be interesting. Stare on one side. Snappy on the other, just with an MP9, but at that angle, it doesn't much matter. These seem like they're going to try and make some inroads through mid. Which, depending on time, we could open them up to Snappy doing something a little cheeky on the flank. Making their move. Stairs just holding this flank for the time being. Eventually, he might get drawn off. But they've given a ton of space towards A. Are there smokes to cover this off? There are as well. So bomb plant, certainly on the table. It's probably taking their time with this one.
See in mid though, 2 players in window. ENCE have decided we need to get some information back. Oof. Find the frag. Now they've got to relocate. There's not a lot of utility remaining. They need to get something here on towards CT before they think about planting. Rao's playing wide. Spinx isn't going to swing just yet. Diha's going first. In on the action. He finds 2. And Diha, he might have started off slow on Vertigo. Mirage was good. And so far, potentially looking even better here on Ancient, and throwing that Spinx is in good shape as well. Scary stuff if you're a Sprout fan right now.
Yeah, could certainly pose trouble. There's definitely a window there, right? Sprout find the window open. They're climbing on through, and suddenly ENCE just slam that thing shut on them. So bomb plant at least, but here's going to come the timeout coming through from Barry. Want to calm to his squad, figure out what they're going to do. We've seen many a one-sided Ancient CT side. It's a pretty brutal map to get anything going on the offense. So now's the time if you're going to do it. They've got the money in this one. They've got a fair chunk of util as well. A lot available to them. But they just need the dang round win. And at least towards A, they've done a decent job of getting that bomb down. It's now occurring to me, apart from that round where they ran into the 2 MP9 setup to the right of door, right? Have they done anything towards B yet?
They haven't done a heavy B opening, I'm pretty sure. They had a fast mid. And it seems like they know what's up. They've said, guys, we haven't been B yet. We're going to go this time. We're going to get aggressive. Marix with the Molotov as a player trying to swing off Catwalk in Spinx. And they're still trying to get aggressive behind this. They're not putting the brakes on. It's only Madden, isolated by the utility. A lot of control here towards the site. Trades in Jaguar. Carnage here on B as Spinx is somehow sneak through the smoke. 4 on 2. Make that a 3 on 2 of bomb site control. It's been chaos, but now Sprout need to stabilize and play a clean after plant.
Yeah, they don't have the money. ENCE don't have the money to commit into this. It's not a good situation to be in to begin with, and their cash is depleted. So they're going to back off. They're going to concede this round. Sprout got this in the tank. They throw in the change up pitch. They throw in the play towards B, and boom. Immediately on the board. Sometimes it's just about the timing, the counterpunch. This could open up some interesting possibilities. Money should still be all right to buy into the next. Madden's got cash. Spinx has enough. Hades can drop something. Yeah, they'll be fine for one more. But after that one, Alan, if things don't go ENCE's way, this game could get downright interesting.
Yep, money is on the brink. A nice set round from Sprout last time around. The idea is they pressure Jaguar, they split apart those B defenders, and they isolate what we would call maybe the ramp player or the anchor. That was Madden, I believe, in towards the right side of the bomb site. He's left completely alone by all the utility, and as soon as he goes down, full site control. So a nice set round. Sprouts, it's what they're kind of known for here on Ancient, especially on towards B. Bit of a pause to group themselves, understanding the economic situation. The chance here to break ENCE. And if they got another nice set round they haven't produced yet, I want to see it right now, because that for me was much cleaner than what we've seen in terms of their default slow rounds where maybe they get picked apart.
What do you guys call that spot on B to the back and the right of square?
Okay, so we call it first and second oranges. The two cubbies.
That makes no sense, but okay.
It's just how things work at the pro level. If there's anything even remotely similar on another map, you just steal it. And they're just called the same thing.
Oh, it's so funny. Doesn't make any sense
whatsoever. You wouldn't call it oranges, you just say first or second, but that's where it comes from. It comes from Inferno B.
So which one is first and which one is second?
Closest is first. Back one is second.
Okay. And so that's on either side of the little thing that juts out, or on either side of the square?
That's the two. I'll wait until the B round and then I'll be able to explain exactly.
All right, there we go.
What they
Spitty's
are.
been boosted up by this tree once again. He's got the spot. Flashbang will slow things down, but the last time he worked his way into position, it was really tough for Dika. This time Dika's ready for it. Goes down to 7, but he's alive. A nade might change that, but they send a smoke instead. They've got no nades. One more Molotov, but that's it. Now Hades from the donut. He's not flanked just yet. And they're not gonna go. Man's just seen the player towards B. They got no footholds. Best thing they've got is a little bit of presence in towards mid. This is going to be really tough to execute onto. Goodbye presence in mid. Goodbye rolls. This is now looking rather rough. And every step of the way, ENCE are just coming out clean. It's a bit of a disaster, I would say. Snappy doing damage further, leaves Slacks with just 2 HP and a dream that he might be able to do something in this round, but with only 13 seconds, he's a goner. And indeed, it does come to pass.
Such a clean round from ENCE, and they definitely needed it. You know, their economy was on the brink. They lose that one. We're asking questions of ecos, maybe even double eco about that loss bonus built up, but they get a clean round when they needed it, just as the doctor ordered. Up to 6. It's Sprout that's got no cash left in the bank after this buy. And again, I want to highlight the man of the hour, Spinx. He had, by his own superlative standards, a bit of a quiet second map, but he's back in hot form, 10-2. And he's with the boys as they get aggressive on towards B.
Oh, Snappy. Snappy. They're right there. They're right there. Pick your poison. Which way are you going to go, Snappy? You've got free kills abounding, and you somehow missed everybody, but there's going to be one. Not quite the second. Timing could have been a bit better, but now they've lost the presence towards B. That was the only guy on this entire side of the map. A fast rotation for Sprout would net them an empty bomb site, but they're taking their time with it. You got this mid presence. They can work someone up into the temple. They can work someone up straight through red room. And Diha's going to have to try and hold the line. He eats that flash, but he hasn't reacted just yet. And the smoke was designed to section off this approach, but Diha has vision on the other side of it. So the question's going to become, how do they read this? They think it's an A play. That leaves Spinx all on his lonesome. We've seen him be incredible. We've seen him be an absolute monster. But he has to stand up for his team once again. Util past him. He's just going to let this go. Seems like that's going to be the case. Wants to make a play through. No. He tries to hold the line here and now, and they're all over the place, and Spinx goes down. Now that's their foothold in the site lost. They know there's still presence here in towards mid, but they don't know it well enough. It's all on Diha, and he can't even back away. There's no safe haven to get to. He's surrounded, and he's got no health. He's being peppered down. He is quite low. It's all falling apart here. He can't find any further damage. No, he cannot.
Crazy round. Crazy round. I think it was Madden that came down through the ramp side and didn't clear out the cubby. And he'll be really kicking himself for that. If he clears the cubby and finds the kill, that is ENCE's round every day of the week. They have the rotators. They're going to pinch them in towards B. And I guess Snappy as well. A little indecisive. And getting aggressive out of Jaguar. And now, the roller coaster that's been the economy in this first half of Ancient continues. As now it's ENCE. Bit of a force buy. Trades in mid. And Madden only an MP9. Surely he's going to get overwhelmed if these AKs come asking. And indeed he does. Players down on the B-bomb site. Now they can accelerate behind it.
Snappy trying to dance around the pillar. He gets deleted. And with that, this round should be over. They could consider the save. They're going to try and pinch back through, though. Don't have the economy for this. With a flank now working its way through A. Seems like ENCE are loath to give up this round. They do have positioning for a pinch. The question's going to be how quickly can Speedy get through, and now it's all onto this man, Diha. He is being pinched upon. He is being wrapped. He's trying to make a hero play from this position once more, and they've just left. Now they know where he's at. They can just leave. They control the rotation. If he comes back through, Speedy has this all the way, though Speedy will reveal his position. And that's quite an awkward smoke. But that's fine. Spitty was just trying to lure him through it. Just trying to tempt him in. Just put a little cheese on the mousetrap. And Diha stuck his paw right in.
400 IQ play.
Missed the smoke.
Exactly.
To win the round.
Precisely. But the result of that round is ENCE's money is absolutely in the bin. It's so bad. They've spoken to each other and said, guys, even if we save here, the buy in the next is going to be far from perfect. As reinvest again, another force buy comes out from ENCE. And Sprout have done so much damage to the CT economy. And considering the map bias here on Ancient, they're already looking at a good scoreline if they can convert this one.
Huge. For sure. 5-7 goes high and wide. Again, considering they didn't win the pistol, right? Or convert off of it. Sprout have just done everything the hard way in this series. Every little thing. And now Marix is trying to make some cashola. And well, he'll only get $1,200 out of that. Bit of money made. Does leave Spinx with a chance to perhaps do some damage with this scout. He's been good again. Spinx 13-4 to this point. They could use some more, and 2 kills in this round is going to be it.
Bomb still yet to be planted. Snappy coming through. Connector had to find the early headshot. Can't connect. Force buy does not come good for ENCE, and now they're going to have to swallow their pride and take a full-on eco as Sprout. Unarmored pistols, no nades really on the CT side. They should be all set to make it 6-all. And actually, it's going to be them taking the pause. A little bit perplexing, because they're not in a kind of troublesome situation. Maybe they're not aware of the ENCE money. They might think it's a buy round coming up. But it's not. So, maybe not the most timely pause, but it's pretty rare. You're going to burn all of them anyway, so I don't mind it too much.
Critiquing their pause economy. All right, so I think the next step in pause meta, or in like style points for teams, is, you know, these little, when we do these free flying shots and you got the little lines coming from the players. I think you got to start trying to spell words or make little fun patterns with them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Send a message to the viewers at home.
Some sort of cryptic message, or you could have
Maybe just like hi. Could just be hi.
That would work. I don't know, maybe a team should hire you, Mike, as their star sign interpreter or something.
Style points coach. I don't
Style
actually help you
points
win
coach.
games. I just help you look good while losing them.
Professional memester.
That's all I'm here for. Brand? I don't know what that would be. Brand manager? I don't know. Whatever it is, I got to create.
The problem is, Mike, I'd hire you for a week, and then I'd just get Mimi instead.
She is chief memer. I can't hold a candle to that.
Queen meme.
Yeah, true. Truer words have never been spoken. Oh, yeah. I think Hades is about to have a very bad day in Donut. I've read his future, read the portents, and indeed he is. Some damage done, but now A site. Carpet's been rolled out. It's just going to waltz on through.
Not the tastiest donut of his life. Bit into that one. Made of granite. Broke the teeth. Madden. There was a chance here for a couple of frags. Finds one. No more. Given these remaining players. No armor, no nades. I wouldn't expect too much.
So you know, on most maps, there's like some sort of a logic, or at least discernible objective for what you're trying to detonate as the tease, right?
Okay, yeah, okay, yes, yep.
Yeah. So like nuke, it's a nuclear power plant, obviously. Overpass, whatever that truck is, has something special. Train, whatever's in those train cars, something special. Like there's an obvious objective in most of them. I don't know what you're doing on Vertigo, but whatever. What are you trying to do on Ancient? Do you just hate ruins?
I can explain this to you. This is like in 1984, when they're trying to erase all history of other civilizations so that you have to just live in this dystopia where nothing existed before. That's what's going on here. The T side, they've decided there can't be any culture outside of ours. We're one of weaponry, one of aggression, one of AKs. There is no other culture, and we will destroy it. We will blow up these temples. Here on Ancient.
Pretty messed up, man.
It is.
That's pretty messed up. That's dark.
No respect for the history.
Now you just have to, I mean, with that kind of narrative going on, you got to root for the CT side regardless of who's playing it. So, root for ENCE now, and I guess at the half switch. Oh, Slacks, big opener. On towards B. That's a huge one to find. That lets him straight in towards the site. And look, you've got players bundled up in cave. That'll help you for the retake, but they've still got the site for now. Snappy's forced back. Are they going to realize there's two here, though? That's a critical piece. Marix wants to clear it. It doesn't matter if you kill everybody. And he spotted the next as well. Marix. Big kills to come through. Slacks opens it up. Marix shuts the round down, and this one's going to turn into another save for ENCE, as Sprout are going to pull into the lead. This is an absurd T side out from Sprout. They found weakness towards that B site. They found an opener, a chance, and they have been abusing it.
5 in a row coming out from ENCE, from Sprout even. And how many times in this series have we seen Sprout go down a lot of rounds early on in halves and then adapt, then really work into their plays, get a lot stronger as the weaponry comes out? It just feels like a couple more pistol rounds, stronger conversions, and maybe this would have been such an easier series, but they're doing it the hard way. And from an entertainment standpoint, it's good fun to watch.
It really is. And I think that this means that we have to give a lot of credit through to, I mean, it's either Barry or it's Rouse, presumably, right? Because clearly one of the things that they're doing is they're identifying how ENCE are approaching the map and getting stronger as the halves go on. Now, I am going to put an asterisk on that, which is that for ENCE, since this series doesn't affect them very much, they may not be changing things up too much. Though they have been showing different looks, right? I don't know that
been trying to win.
Yeah.
Been throwing a lot at it, and I think for ENCE, even though there's not necessarily a lot riding in this series, once you're in this position, once you're in a third map after 2 close first ones, you're already in the match zone, the adrenaline's in there, and it doesn't really matter what's on the line. You're still here to win. And they've invested too much in this to let it slip away now. And yeah, in this round alone, Sprout up against the Pistols looking good. And based on what we've seen so far, they're on track here to at least get 8 and maybe 9 on Ancient without winning Pistol. Such a strong showing from the Danish-German mix.
Oh, potential pitfalls in this round. Big kill for Snappy. A follow-up for Spinx. This one's getting interesting. B-side has been reinforced, and with the minimal weaponry, they're doing damage one after another. A bit of a collapse in this round. Now Slacks has to try and put some heroics on. His teammate's not even here to help him out. In the meantime, he's gone to the rifle. 21 bullets in, and that's a big find for Rawls, but he doesn't expect someone who has been waiting around the corner. Come down to the clutch. A chance, but not one they will take. At the critical juncture, right at the finish line, perhaps they stumble and ENCE rally for one more.
Again, though, the storyline of Sprout making this so hard for themselves. Yes. Another round where they're losing to just upgraded pistols and throw in the pistol rounds and the kind of aforementioned lack of always converting their pistols. Man, they're looking so good on the regular gun rounds, but something isn't quite clicking on the others. They need to really round out their play, I think, moving forwards. And honestly, it's a miracle they're still in this series, given how many of those rounds they've lost. And how wasn't that a kill?
Yeah,
how wasn't that a kill?
Much of a tag. What is happening here? Someone loaded his gun with blanks. He's shooting Nerf darts. I don't know what's going on. But eventually, these kills are coming through. Hades just going to be maybe a little frustrated if he watches that round back. Bomb still postured to approach in towards B. And Slacks has done some serious heroics to open up sites before, but this might be too much of an ask. Hades down for the count. Still crossfire setup here, though. Player tucked into the cubby. Player, so is that second oranges where Snappy is?
No, the cubby now where Snappy is second.
Okay, and then first orange is the first cubby.
First in front of it.
Okay, I understand where you're going with this now.
There is method to the madness.
So it would be the first corner he's playing from. Back square. Questions.
Any questions?
Spinx gets that one. Uppercut for free. Now it's all on the stair with 4 points of health. If they look at him harshly, he will be dead. If they ask him a mean question, he will be dead. If they shoot him, he'll definitely be dead, as we're going to head into the halftime break. here. And though ENCE has a slim lead, I would say that first half score is pretty dang good for Sprout here, Alan.
Yeah, and if I'd bet on those odds at the start of the series, I'd be a little bit nervous right now. Because throwing the map bias, and do not be fooled by the scoreline. This is absolutely advantage Sprout right now.
100%. But they could make it a lot better if they finally manage to get a good start to a half. It's been so brutal for them for the most part. Now they're going to try and make the move. Rawls does start things off nicely. Sets up Stair for another. This could be ENCE getting caught out in the open. They should. No Stairs here. Did they not get the comms? Something's gone awry there. They weren't looking for him at all. Jumping past him indeed. And now Spinx is isolated. He's got Snappy coming up the donut, but it might take too long. And how does he pull out? That's a bit of a magic trick. But he's going to need to pull out a few more. 3 to be exact. If he's got those rabbits in his hats, he is definitely a magic man. And this time, they'll run out of tricks.
Good B stack from Sprout. 3 per A stack even. They need to change the name of these sites, man. Still gets me now. But good A stack from Sprout. Good crossfires. And good stuff from Stir. Nice to see that. Pistol round going their way. No bomb plants as well for the T side. But ENCE have decided we're going to throw all our eggs in one basket. We're going to invest behind this. Just the pistol armor, a couple of nades. Feels like a bit of a risk. Let's see what they have in store.
Not Stair.
No. Actually, look at Slacks. Slacks thought they were going to eco.
Yeah. That's a little awkward. Saving up for that AWP. I guess. I always kind of hate when teams do this. All right, going in, go in. Although, I mean, they've won the pistol, right? So he does want that op really early, I guess. Trusting his teammates to do the work in this one. Oh, oh. A little bit hairy here. The pistol's going down. And Slacks now has one of his comrades' guns. So money saved and a weapon still available, but a 2-on-2. And Diha now with a rifle. He lines them up. Doesn't quite knock them down. Here's the chance, and Spinx delivers. Once again, Sprout cannot start clean. They do win the pistol, their second pistol of the series so far, and then they immediately sputter to a halt as ENCE just tripped them up all the way down.
Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for Sprout, guys. And as you said, throughout the series, is it only one they've actually got it converted?
Yeah, only one.
They haven't ecoed ENCE either, have they? I don't think early on in any of these halves.
No, they had one, the second half of Mirage, I think it was, that they finally converted, or was it the first half? One of the halves of Mirage, they actually converted off of the pistol. Otherwise, they've either lost the pistol or lost the subsequent force buy all the way through. Slacks, that's a nice kill, though. An answer back would be nice here. Spinx, though, wants to be a nuisance. And he's very good, but only so good. This round gets messy now. There's guns down towards the bottom of mid. If they can get those... this could get interesting. Oh, great shot for Stair. Pop and shot, and they are dropping. It's all in a Madden now. He's just got a Mac 10. And this force buy may be working out here at second oranges. See, I'm learning here. Stair could be cleared. Madden seems to have a good idea that he's here, but here's the check, here's the spot, here's the drop. And there's the answer from Sprout. So they drop to the force buy, but they immediately dive back in, right into the action. And that rifle, that's a result of Slacks having saved, right? Works out beautifully for them. So maybe a little bit of an insurance policy in that round, but whatever it is, it keeps them in the fight. And we're going for another force from the ENCE side.
Anything you can do, I can do better on Ancient is what Sprout's mantra is. This time around, they might get ecoed. They force them right back, and the force buy wars are going to continue, Mike, and maybe another B players on the cards. But look at Sprout. Look at the read. 5 on the B side of the map. Oh, this could be an absolute meat grinder if ENCE come in.
Play. They're ready for it. And not so ready for it. Lined it up. They caught those flashbangs full force. Slacks needs to avoid going down here. He's done a ton of damage, though. If only they had some HEs. If you have one, it's on Slacks, though. He's in rotation. And it would be a relative mortar strike here. At least for the moment. ENCE will pump the brakes. Do still have 2 smokes and 2 flashes to try and get in towards the bomb plant. But that smoke's going to slow them down for a moment.
Only good news is that Sprout doesn't have a great deal of information. It's not like they're pushing middle or over towards A, so just be the 2 in defense. This is what we like to call second oranges. Second, just here. Bit of a bait setup. This is probably the strongest position on the site. And even when the smoke goes down, you can boost here towards first oranges, Mike. That's what this position is. Bit of a boost. Die just going to go down. D-Har even. All
One
the
of those
terms
two.
coming out today on the cast. Hopefully
One of
the
those
bomb
two.
plant now.
Bombs down. At least that money made. Hades! Hades! Making some noise here. Hades striking again. Finally, they clear him out. But Spinx, we know what he can do with this Eagle. We've seen it before, but it won't happen here. Marix flying through the air will avoid getting Juan Deeged, and that bomb will have plenty of time to be defused. They will take through this round. They will pull into the lead as well. But the bomb plant means a bit can be invested into this one still. I think we might finally see an end to the Force by Wars, because if ENCE keep diving on into this, well, eventually they might just find the round slipping away.
I wouldn't count your chickens on that one, Mike. I would
doing
not
it?
be surprised if ENCE buy again.
They doing
And
it?
indeed
They're doing
they
it!
are.
They're
2
doing
AKs, Khalil in play. Let the force buys continue. We keep going here on the second half of Ancient.
It's like a game of chicken, right? Both cars are just driving towards the cliff, and neither one wants to be the first to pull off. Sprout, though, having survived that last round, have actually chained 2 in a row. So now ENCE.
I think ENCE have already gone off the cliff. I think they're in those cartoon scenes where you're grabbing onto a branch halfway down. That's what this buy is. Will we see any animated heroics as Madden gets the opening?
Maybe they do the little back pedal. Maybe they draw themselves a hang glider or something.
Something like that.
It's a big
It's
deal.
when they cut to like a commercial break with the cliffhanger, you know, when they're just about to splatter into the ground, and then a miraculous branch appears to fling them up again.
The thing is, that was a really expensive move from Stare, because he hand delivers Madden and M4 as well. It's not just his death. It's the gun being gifted on over. Oh, and Slacks is going to miss that shot. Be punished for it as well. This is a catastrophe now. The site's falling apart. The Force Spy is working out beautifully while they're just going to try and go through. Spinny, that is a little bit too bold. Realizes the error of his ways, and now they're just all diving on in. Rawls wants nothing about this. He's out. He's out. 5 alive for ENCE. And that Force Spy, this play off of the cartoon cliff, whatever it is, it works to perfection. They get a full buy out of it. Snappy can't quite get the upgrade to the AK, but ENCE have just completely stolen the momentum from Sprout.
Yeah, and throw in AWP picks up off the ground and that M4 and multiple players staying alive. Oh, that was disastrous for Sprout. And now that they're forcing, the problem is because ENCE survived with numbers, even if they lose this round, as long as they get a bomb plant, they can invest again. So there's not even a chance of a full reset here for Sprout. And now these Force Spies start looking a little bit more dicey when the upside is not nearly as big.
Molly turn. No one caught in it. Playing towards mid could be spicy. Do you believe in another potential Force Spy win?
Not anymore.
Oh, it needed Slacks alive?
Potentially. It just feels like when you're at this sort of disadvantage, if you don't get the opening pick, now ENCE can control the round. They got mid control. They got players stacked up on B. They got all the nades in the world. It'll be a huge throw if they lose it from here.
Yeah, everything's just going their way. That's the gun down. Marix out of play. It's every one of your heavy hitters as well hitting the deck. Stare and Rawls, maybe time to go try and retrieve that gun, and indeed that is the new mission. Rawls gets the M4 and he gets the heck out of dodge, and this one's conceded. They punt. They're out of it. ENCE are the clear victors of the Force by Wars. They're raising the flag. They're taking the battlements. They're blowing up A site for some reason because they hate ruins. Again, there's no logic to it.
And to continue the analogy, the looting and the pillaging is about to come. I haven't even reaped the rewards yet of winning the Force Buy wars because Sprout's loss bonus is far from built up. The next round, of course, is going to be an eco, and even the buy in the next 2 rounds in the future is not going to be good at all. So that's why winning these kind of economic wars is so massive. And of course, on the T side, it can be a little bit easier. And the really scary part, Mike, for me is look at this terrorist money. It's starting to get out of control.
I really enjoy that split second at the end of a round when it's about to cut the players back to spawn and just have a guy floating in midair, surfing on the sky. Yeah, that T-side economy is definitely out of control at this point. I mean, 2 rounds with 5 alive, right? So cash flow foe days. Meanwhile, unless Rawls does something majestic with this gun, which, to be honest, not to expectation based on what's happened so far. But he's got the spot. He's got the spot. Did they overlook this? They've done it before in the pistols. They might do it again. No, Hades is not going to make that mistake this time, and that drops the 1M4 and likely their only chance of this round. Everybody's here. They've run into the stack, but if you could just kill everyone in the stack, it's not too threatening. 3 rounds in a row with 5 alive.
Do you think they saw Rouse's barrel? Because someone spammed the box early on, and then Hades was completely posted on it, so...
I think they just almost lost a round to somebody being back there.
Possibly.
Lose a round to someone being back there and decided never again. Could be a barrel sticking out, though. Did you see the barrel in Twitch chat? Let us know.
We should have like a dial-in line, you know?
Yeah.
We take callers from the chat.
I do. It's called Alan_Hender. Twitter.com/Alan_Hender. Get in the DMs. Get in the DM. Are your DMs open?
Unfortunately, yes.
Get in the DMs, folks. Let him know whether you saw the barrel from the T's position there. That's our call-in line here at Pro League. That works, by the way, for the general desk next week as well. You can use that call-in line all next week as well. If you have any complaints about what Alan says on the desk.
Yeah, I read all of them, Mike.
Yep.
Every single one. Always reply.
Just really trying to boost your socials here.
Whilst creating complete carnage at the same time.
What's my motivation? We'll never know.
Chaos is a ladder. Thanks to Peter Mike Baelish. Thank you.
Darth Baelish.
Darth Baelish.
There we go. Or would it be Darth Finger? That feels like something else. All right. Looks like we might have a little bit of faster posturing here from ENCE. They're going to see how far up B they can get. Into the snake. Oh, and they want to make a play in towards Kid. Jaguar! Spinny is going to fly out, and like a Jaguar, he will pounce. Got a fang full of ENCE. Fang full of Kraken here. Octopus is delicious, and he'll enjoy it. Diha trying to bring this one back through, trying to bring something back on deck. And, well, with control at window, at least Spinx can control any rotation, prevent a really cheeky flank from getting on, but his teammates are going to do the majority of the work here.
It feels like the first time in a while we're asking questions of ENCE and saying, now you're at a man disadvantage. How do you call? How do you mid-round yourself out of this position? And we can see it's Sprout being the proactive team. The only thing in ENCE's favour is that information. They knew players were loaded up on mid. We can take the space on A. A few nades as well for good measure to try and get a bomb plant. But that smoke, I'm not sure if that went as intended. DR finds the first on towards connector. And I think the problem is here, Mike. I don't see how you plant in this scenario. There's players all over the place with these crossfires.
Yeah, he's dead, man. And indeed he is. There was no chance. 35 seconds. Hades needs to dig some of this out. The shotgun op will go wide. Not going to connect there. And that's going to be the round for Sprout. So we are far from finished here. And if Sprout can get their economic legs under them at any point in this half, I think ENCE are in for a world of trouble. Here's some typing going around here. Never a good sign.
Spitty. Looking good. Early frags. And as you're saying, forget about the round scoreline, guys. This is all about economy. If Sprout can eventually break this T-money and force ecos, the map bias will take over and the CT side will start rolling. But they need to win. What are we looking at here? Maybe 2 to 3 more gun rounds in a row if there's bomb plants. This is going to be a tall order, so good start, but need to chain it.
I think they're fighting all the way through, to be honest here. I think ENCE put
be.
themselves in a situation where it's just guns all the way down. All right, so we got a little bit of time on this pause, it seems. What could you draw with the lines coming off? You could easily do a star, right?
We can get more inventive than that, surely.
Yeah, it's like Cat's Cradle almost. You know, when you do the thread with your fingers?
Oh, yeah, I do know what you mean. And also the viewers will. But...
So Cat's Cradle, folks, is a great book by Kurt Vonnegut. But it's also a thing you do with like thread between your fingers to make little shapes and patterns and things. It's cool. It was super cool when I was like 6, I think.
So the 1800s,
yeah. But what could you do here? You can make like a tic-tac-toe board. It depends on your spawns, I guess. Depends on your spawns.
If you can think of any good ones, please tweet at DarthMike with your ideas.
Yeah, fair. You know what? I'll take them, actually. If you can make a fun arrangement of those lines with 5 players, I will absolutely take those. Please tweet them at me.
We need a competition, actually.
That would be
maybe
sick.
Another time, but we'll think of a prize.
That would be like a good like sponsor plug-in. Do like a thing where if players during a freeze time can come up with a creative array of their things, like the one that gets the most, each one wins like, I don't know, a baseball cap or something. I don't know.
This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
I'm going to call up Joe Miller and say, I've got this great idea. The 1xBet crossing lines challenge.
Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be more like a BenQ thing, like Zowie. You could give them a monitor. Because they show the best display. If they show win the best display by showing the best display.
Oh,
boom,
my God, we've got the slogan.
We've got our tagline right down. Someone get
How
Joe
are we not
on the
admin,
phone.
honestly? I don't understand. I've watched all the seasons of Mad Men as well.
Oh, all right. Here we go. We're back into the action. Enough of our silliness. Enough of our madness. A few more rounds could be all that stands between one of these teams and literally no change in their result here at the groups at EPL Season 15. But pride. So much pride, Alan.
Never has such an unimportant game been so important to me. This needs to have a strong ending. Yeah. This is great.
Oh, man. All right. It's all about glory, folks. It's all about the glory. And right now, ENCE are very scared that there's some glory coming aggressively towards them. Because they are so far back around the map. No mid presence. No B main presence. No A main presence. We're a minute 10 on the clock, and they are just now going to start to poke and prod.
I will say, it looks a little bit silly or a little bit unorthodox, but they have saved so many nades, whereas Sprouts have literally 1 smoke left. So, unless that is kind of perfectly positioned, by the time the XQ comes in, there's going to be so many more nades in favor of the ENCE camp. Looking at the mini-map, they're clearing out A. There's still 2 on towards B. My guess would be a B fake and a late A contact. We'll see if that does indeed transpire.
Rawls. Huge chance here, and he's got it. He is taking a kill elsewhere, though. They've given up A. That's the problem. They went on a search mission to figure out what was going on, having no information. And, well, they found the answer, but it cost them 2 lives. And now that bomb is planted. Now they're at a disadvantage. Now they're losing bodies. They're dropping like flies. They've got to back away. They don't have the cash for this. They had just gotten a stable CT buy going, kind of. Not even. And now they're done. Now they're dusted. Now they're out of it. ENCE drawing out that utility, as you said. It worked out beautifully for them. And I'm thinking this moment comes there, it'll get even worse. And it does indeed. Oh, it's disaster here for Sprout. They have lost any hope of ever cracking this CT, or this T-side economy, rather. And, well, they're going to be scrabbling for cash down the stretch.
Okay, let's regroup and reassess where we are. Sprout money is not good right now. Loss bonus is racking up, so there is an opportunity now to kind of swallow their pride, take one eco, and get guns out in the next. The problem is, cash is good for ENCE. They're going to be up to 14 if it is indeed an eco. And touching distance of that series win. Scary stuff. See what Sprout choose to go for. But actually, it's going to be the tack pause from ENCE. And actually, I really like this. Late on in the game, maybe getting a little bit hectic, a little bit kind of fatigue, and maybe even playing a factor at this point. To just take a pause, calm down, really talk through that next gun round, and just make sure everyone is on absolutely the same page.
We're getting back to Spinx go kill territory. 27 kills from this. His total series scoreline is going to be pretty monstrous after that ridiculous Vertigo. If you're just joining us now, he dropped 44 kills, I think, on Vertigo with one session of overtime involved. But it was something like 37, I think, in regulation. So, man's been a monster. Absolute monster today. Madden trying to be the monster tip for the spear, and well, he'll plunge it straight into this A site, and there's not a whole lot the Sprout to do about it apart from die. Ouch. Slacks does get one, but he won't escape. Oof.
I feel like something we haven't brought up so far, because it's just become the norm, is Spinx is almost at 30 frags. First map was absolutely phenomenal. And honestly, I think there had to be a couple questions asked of the individual play from some of the other ENCE players on Vertigo for them not to win the map when he's dropping 40 plus frags. Here again, close map. At times, it's looked like Sprout could run away with it, and it's been Spinx every time of asking. Finds the frags, massive ADR, 28 kills, set for 30 soon, and I haven't quite got the whole series stats to hand, but I'd say with very high certainty, he is a long way ahead of anybody else in this game.
Almost decidedly. All right, so 44 first map, 19 second map, still somehow top of the board in rating. So that takes us to 63, right? 63 kills, plus whatever he's got here, which is 28 at this point. My guy's above 90 kills. He's got 91 kills, if I'm not mistaken, through this series. That is absurd. Monstrous performance here from Spinx.
Spinx? It's a new one.
My tongue is completely twisted at this point.
Getting late. It's getting late.
Yeah. It's the riddle of the Spinx. And on comes Hades. Looking for an opener. He's done some decent work with that. Actually, it was more Slacks in the first half. Was doing great work opening the AWP towards B.
I'll tell you what, Mike. I've seen the real Spinx in Cairo, and this Spinx is a heck of a lot more entertaining.
Yeah? Take this Spinx over that Spinx any day
of the week.
What walks on 4 legs in the morning? Oh, all right. Man's got a nice kill there. Slacks couldn't escape from
Save
the
your riddle.
Could be really tough. I'll save my riddle. I'll save the riddle of the Spinx. Hades is going to answer that one with his life. This could be getting rough. This could actually be getting very bad indeed. It's a huge hold for Sprout. And D-Hun and Snappy now don't have a lot to work with. Snappy knows he has to stick here to try and get this kill, but he's left his teammate out for dead as a result, and he will soon follow him into the grave. All right, so are you familiar with the riddle of the Spinx?
Remind me anyway. Remind me.
What has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs in the evening?
I think I might have heard it. It's been a very long time. Gotta be honest. I'm not sure, Mike. Why don't you tell me?
No, I'll leave you to puzzle that over for a round.
Oh, okay.
No, okay, we can tell people. Do you want a round? Do you want a round to puzzle it over, or should we just spoil it right now? We got a tech pause.
Is it 4 in the morning?
Not a tech pause. Yeah, tactical.
And then
4 legs in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening. All right, I'll give you the answer now. We got to get into the round. You want to make one guess?
No, just tell me. Just tell me. Put me out of my misery.
The answer is man. Crawl on 4 limbs in the morning, like a baby, 2 in the afternoon as a grown man, and then 3 in the evening as an old man hunched over on a cane.
Stupidest part is I didn't know that and just forgot it.
Yeah, I mean,
That grey matter's building up, you know, my old age.
What is it? Who's the riddle? I think it's Oedipus, right? Answer the riddle of the Sphinx. Whoa, a little bit of a massacre going on. Don't want to give us a complex here, but it is an advantage for Sprout as they look to claw back another deficit. They have really been doing things the hard way, battling through every single one of these maps, and well, this would be a huge round to take on Ancient. Space those for Spinx, and he's been so good. Gets an opener there again for kill number 94, 93 or 4. I've lost count again. 29 in this map. 29 in this map. And he needs maybe just a few more. All quiet on the Ancient front. 55 seconds on the clock. Time ticking down. And a standoff between Stare and Snappy. Snappy staring into the face of oblivion, perhaps, as Rawls finds Spinx in towards mid. Now they will be coaxed in towards this B side, and Stare is holding for this the entire time. He's got it. He's ready. It's all on to Hades now. 35 seconds and 3 players to find. This might be too much to ask of the Opera. Don't look now, because it probably won't happen if he gets this bomb down. But that impossible T-side economy is actually starting to whittle away.
And even on that note, it kind of feels like Hades. Just stick the plant. Get the money. Ensure more buys down the line. And instead, pretty committed to the save. He needs to get away with this weapon. 1 kill, but player's going to arrive in window. That's going to be Slacks.
Don't peek him. Don't peek him. Don't do it.
On the
Why is
edge.
he doing it? Why is he doing it?
Just about stays alive. And a question to you, at what point, Mike, did we start bringing up the word of overtime? This is getting close.
Oh, we've been there. I think we've been there. I think we're there. Well and truly. Also, that was an interesting situation, right? Where Hades, his team has enough money that it'll be all right if he died there. But no one from Sprout needed to fight him. So, Hades keeps the op up. Got something to work with. Spinx gets aggressive here in towards mid. And he might have been spotted. Gotta be careful. Gotta get around. Hades, a nice opener.
I do hope, for the sake of the game, that it was only on the Go TV side, and it does seem to be that. And well, F1 on 3, Dihar. Bomb is planted in the open, but with so many players remaining, it's going to be tricky. Finds the first. It's back in towards the ramp position. Can't get into the cubby as Slacks takes him down 14-14. It's guaranteed to go the distance, Mike. At least 30 rounds here.
We're guaranteed 30 rounds. And 30 kills for Spinx as well. Which at this point, I think puts him above... he's definitely getting close to 100. He's not at 100 yet. He's well north of 90. 74... 93, 94 kills at this point.
Yeah, it's a real shame we don't have someone with a maths background on the broadcast.
Someone who can just do basic math, yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't you, what's your background again?
Let's focus back on the game, actually, I think.
Oh my goodness. We're hitting around 29 here. The last timeout's coming through as ENCE are trying to keep this in control. Sprout, though, this is a team that just never knows when to say die. They do not have quit in their vocabulary. And they brought it even-keeled here at the tail moments. They need 2 more rounds to close this out, to take this hard-fought battle and give themselves at least some sort of a consolation prize as they end their EPL campaign.
Crazy stuff. And I think if there's one word that describes Sprout so far, it's been grit. Every poor situation, kind of losing so many pistol and force by wars and Still, every map has been competitive. Mirage could have gone further. Had a few rounds played out differently, and clearly based on Vertigo and what we're seeing here on Ancient, their ability to grind themselves back into games has been second to none in this series.
Rawls is turning a nice shade of purple there. But Spinx is going to have to try and battle his way through. Oh, they're all morphing in color. Well, this is interesting. Slacks has entered the painted realm. All right, this is going to be a very niche reference, so I'm not going to make it right now, but I'll make it in a little bit. Slacks, this kill could be critical. I'll wait till he's not made it. All right, he looked like there's a quest in Oblivion, the game Oblivion, where you go into a painting, and you have to save the artist from a bunch of painted trolls, and everything has that kind of like filter applied to it, and that's what he looked like. He looked like he was part of that world. Rawls kind of as well, though he looks more pop arty right now. Oh, they're all on it. They're all on it. Stare. Getting traded out here. Spinx making noise in towards mid. This could be huge for ENCE. They have so much control, so much space. This round could be it. And Stare and Speedy will try and mount a heroic campaign back through. They had a crossfire, but he needs to go through the smoke, and he can do nothing more. Speedy cut down. Series point found here for ENCE. Sprout have brought it so close. So far, they've battled back. But now they're run out of cash. They've got nothing to spare here, and Sprout will try and salvage a buy to battle for another overtime, Alan.
It would just be devastating. They were to drop the ball at this last hurdle, and I think ENCE probably are recognizing the economy. They're saying, let's take a pause, let's slow this down. This is by far the best chance we're going to get to close out this series. If we let it slip to overtime, with, of course, the new buy money in ESL competitions of 12.5, they'll be up against buys the whole time. This is your only opportunity to close it out against lesser weaponry. Got a Deagle and a FAMAS in play. Spiddy's yet to buy up all that utility, but the nades will be lacking a little bit across the board. As I said, ENCE, prime opportunity now to close out what has been a slugfest of a series.
Oh my goodness. As I think we said earlier multiple times, never has a series that mattered so little in the full sum of things been so very good. It's wild. Oh, in towards mid. Slack's got an opportunity, but just as the flash faded, he escapes with his life, which is huge, to be quite frank. It was not a guarantee, but ENCE will win the duel for mid. They've got the space, they've got the control now, and Sprout has no interest in contesting them for it. They're going to go for a bit of a stack on B.
2 smokes remaining for that CT side. They really need to sit on these and use them in a timely manner. The first is going to get burnt early. Bit of a spam as well, and Slacks is taken very low. Archie knows his angles. Can't quite find the frag. There's at least no players yet to see each other, and ENCE. Look how timid they are here on B. Sat back passively, but Hades, right place at the right time, posted up. Second Sprout player is thinking none of it. He doesn't want to go near that AWP, and Sprout in this all-important final round. Already a man to the lesser.
Oh, what a shot, though. A couple in unison. Damage done now. They've got the advantage, but they've given up the A site as a result. Marix still lurking around. He's been very good for them so far today. And he's looking to do a bit more damage. Smoke to provide cover, but is that actually going to cover off the players? No. They'll face. They wanted that. They wanted that fight. They wanted that action, and now Spinx is low, but he lives. And Mahadan finds more. It's all into Stare and Slacks. One of these players needs to be an absolute hero here to keep their hopes alive, to keep their dream alive, or they will see this topple 16-14. This retake, not an appetizing prospect, and with no kit, they better get a move on. They better go quick. Slacks, one more. But Spinx holds the line, and he holds the line just fine. It's all under Diha now. One tap, all he needs to end this, and he's pulled the player off the bomb, so he's already won it. He's already got it on the clock. There is nothing that Stare can do but stare into the face of Oblivion. 16-14. ENCE have done it. They take the 2-1. What a battle of a series, though, Alan. I mean, this was ridiculous.
The whole way through, and not even just in terms of the scorelines, the number of rounds where we're sat here saying,